Well, thank you guys for coming to attend today, and thank everyone who's watching online, and of course Canaccord for inviting us down in Vertical Events for another spectacular event. It's a big privilege to be here. Dreadnought, we've been around for 2.5 years now, and we've been presenting for about 1 year. We're highly active, explorer, focused on discovery. As a junior explorer, greenfield sort of work, there's a lot of arm waviness that goes into that, and there's been a lot of arm waving for sure on my side, and nice big arms to wave around, talking about how we're going to do exploration, we're going to get boots on the ground, and we're going to make that discovery, because that's what we're focused on. And I think, as we wrap up this year, the work that we've done going into this year, and where we're about to put out results over the next couple of weeks, and what we're going to deliver next year, it's not just going to be one discovery, it's going to be multiple. And it's a very exciting thing in 2 years to see our company go from 3 mil to 100 mil market cap, and we're only just beginning, and we're really, really looking forward to staying focused on delivering the discoveries across our projects. So thank you guys for all of that. Disclaimer, the snapshot, the other thing I like to talk about, I have the most fantastic team could ask for. When you're a discovery-focused company, the guys in the field, they love being covered in flies and sweating, and they're doing that right now up in the Kimberley. Because the ability to get the projects done is really the only way to actually make a discovery. And our guys are out there sacrificing right now to deliver that program before the wet season kicks in. They had their first lightning storms, and they're delivering that drill program as we speak. And that's not the end of the year for us, because we have the other 2 projects we'll be going down to before Christmas. Board and management, we own 19% of the company. We've put in 1.3 million of our cold hard cash. As I like to point out, we are very strongly aligned with shareholders. As the MD, driving the share price up, I'm not going to cash out. And we're here to crystallize value. We're here to deliver for our shareholders, because we're shareholders ourselves. And so we know it's your money. We know it's our money. We're here to do what we say we're going to do. And hopefully the discoveries come with it, and they're starting to. We have 3 main projects in the Kimberley, is what we're mainly floated on. Kimberley, you're lucky to get 6 to 9 months of work out of the year. So we always wanted to have continuous news flow for the market. And so we have the Illawarra project and Mangaroon sitting there in the background. Mangaroon is quite a new project for us. We only picked it up about a year ago. All vacant ground. We pegged about 4,500, 5,000 square kilometers. And it's really outperformed for us. So been some rare earth success out there. We already have a joint venture with First Quantum, who's free carrying us to a decision to mine on the back of some nickel, copper, and pentlandite that's sticking out of the ground at surface. And so is the rare earths next door to Hastings. So if you love Hastings, we're right next door, and I think the work over the next couple of months will show that we have the other half, and perhaps more, seeing how we go. So strategy and performance, like I said, we're discovery, front of the Lassonde curve. We're here to find something, create something from nothing, deliver that resource. Success for us, De Grey, Sirius, De Grusa, we're here to make those discoveries, and that's what we're aiming for. So that's our threshold of our definition of success. We do that by maintaining a very strong pipeline of targets and work. And as you'll see on the bottom there, next year is going to be essentially nonstop drilling. We just raised $8 million. With that $8 million, we'll be delivering a lot of drill programs, a lot of discovery-focused, and a lot of resource-focused drilling. So you'll start to see, pick your commodity. Commodity collector tends to be a bit of a joke on some things, but we are a discovery-focused company. We are there to look and find what we have, and we have certainly done that across our projects. So start off with Taraji-Yampi, where we're currently drilling right now, off limits since 1978. First mover opportunity, get on there. The last person to do exploration, Roy Woodall himself, 1958, straight out of uni. Over 50% of the discoveries in Australia have been made since this ground was off limits. You don't get opportunities like this very often in Australia. That's what got me on board. That's what got Dreadnought into existence. And as we're seeing this year, we're delivering our first discovery on that undercover, and there's going to be more to come. Taraji-Yampi, so we started off, there's abundant outcropping veins of copper and gold and cobalt and arsenic and bismuth and all these sorts of things. And we looked at that early on and gone, these veins are fantastic. They're sticking out of the ground. It looks like Mount Isa. It looks like Tennant Creek. So what's undercover? You have these big veins that are going to vector into something. We've been sampling those veins and seeing where we're going. And this year, we hit our first hole into Orion, 12 meters of massive sulfide from 44 meters. We then had to leave site very quickly for a defense exercise. And so we sit there, second to last hole of the program. We've hit 12 meters of massive sulfide at 44 meters depth. and gone, well, is this it? Is this, is this the one shot we got lucky on, or is this thing actually hold together? And we've been up there drilling for the last month. We're up to hole 50. We put out, of the first 8 holes we drilled chasing this thing up dip, down dip, and a long strike. 6 of them hit massive sulfide. Again, 10, 15, 20 meters of massive sulfide. We're chasing up that supergene. We're chasing this thing down at depth. We should be wrapping up that program shortly. Our first round of assays should be out in the next week or two, and the second round of assays from the other 30, 40 holes that we've drilled will be out in the next, hopefully by the end of November. So it's very, very exciting for the guys on site. After they drilled the 10th hole of massive sulfide or whatever it was, they sat there and it hit them that these young guys, they've been busting their butts for us for the last couple of years, and they're onto something real. And you can't ask for much more than that when you do exploration. Sorry, I get a bit emotional thinking about it, but to see that sulfide come out of the ground and to see it keep coming and keep coming and keep coming, very, very excited to see these results and provide these results to the market. But that's not all we got. That's not just Orion. I say that's just the first target we've hit undercover. Fuso, Grants, there's lots of other copper up there. We've just finished flying a mag survey over Yampi, which is 3/4 of the project area, and there's going to be more targets there. So next year you're going to see us test more targets, find more friends to Orion, as well as put out a resource on Orion. So we've tested the extent of this program, see what we can actually get with the RC for depth. So we'll be able to have a very clear program and be operationally set to deliver that resource next year in the time frame we have available. We're also going to drill some of these fun things like Rough Triangle, 1.3 kilometer long vein sticking out of the ground, discovered and mapped by WMC in 1958, never assayed. Collected the first few rock chips on that thing and had absolute bonanza grades of silver, copper, bismuth, and antimony. If you come by the booth, there's actually a rock there that's almost pure cuprite, 84% copper, 141 grams per ton silver. Most of the stuff was mined out 100 years ago, and it's still sitting here sticking out of the ground. So there's a lot more to come from Alara, in addition to the resource work on Orion. At Mangaroon, this is the Outperform project that's really come out from nowhere this year. I guess one of the main things is we pegged this ground for nickel and the gold. The pastoralists up here since 1960s, 1950s have done all the exploration. Not many mining companies, has a long hated history for the wrong reasons. And that's one of the things that we love, seeing the history, meeting with the pastoralists and see what was actually done, what have they seen. And we've already found outcropping pentlandite and chalcopyrite and that money intrusion, which got First Quantum in on board, 15 mil spend to get 51% and then free carry the decision to mine. They're looking for high tenor. We're currently doing EM surveys over that. And we didn't peg this ground for the rare earths, but we had some young geos, very, very keen to do this sort of thing. They saw that we are next door to Hastings, Yangibana project, and the guys wanted to go out and see, does this thing extend beyond the Lions River Fault? The government surveys and the academics all said it stopped at the fault. So the guys did some real basic exploration, do the thorium map on the magnetics, look for the outcropping ironstones because they kind of stand out. Went out and kicked over yen and ended up delivering us over an 11% rock chip, which is actually sitting on our desk as well. We went out there, followed that up. Rare earths can be quite a dangerous minefield, if you will, so we wanted to de-risk this thing as quick as possible. Thankfully, Hastings has been next door to us doing this work for the last 10 years. So Chappie and I hiked out there, loaded up 60 to 80 kilos of rock on our back, carried it out 2.5 Ks so we could send it off for met test work. Tenement's not even granted, and we've already produced a concentrate and proved that this thing can produce a monazite concentrate. And there's a plant being built by Linus in Kalgoorlie. Aluka's looking at bringing back Inyaba, and Hastings is next door, and they're all open to third-party concentrate. So this will be a very, very interesting project. We'll be drilling this thing in March next year. Heritage survey is going on this month, and we will, as Hastings did, put out resources as we drill. We got the scale, we got the grade, and I guess the other thing to talk about on that is we've currently 85% of the way through an airborne magnetic survey over that entire area. I'm fairly confident that we are going to find more of these ironstones. We're going to continue to show scale. We're going to continue to extend the extent of their occurrences. And if we're really lucky, the stretch target here is where's the plug, where's the carbonatite. We have the high-grade veins. Where's the big mothership? Where are they coming from? In that mag survey, it will hopefully light something up. They'll give us hope on that. So we'll see us move very, very quickly on this, as we already have. And First Quantum doing a fantastic job with us here. They've done mapping along the entire 50 strike kilometers of that money intrusion. They found a hotspot of sulfide, high tenor sulfide, including over 1 kilometer long Gossamer horizon of immobilized sulfides. Up at Bukathana, all centered around a sedimentary basin that's faulted in contact, so it's a nice sulfur source if you want to go into the nickel sulfides of these things. And we're currently doing a 12-kilometer long ground EM survey. And that's going to be running over the next 6 to 8 weeks. The crew's out there on the ground as we speak and lighting through that. And that's going to be very, very exciting to see what comes up from that. And no matter what, First Quantum's committed to drilling this thing next year. So we're really excited to drill this and the rare earths and a little bit of the gold at Mangaroon first thing next year. Between now and then, we still have Alara. So Alara greenstone belt we picked up off of Newmont, as a lot of greenstone belts in the goldfields do. Has a lot of different commodities that are available for your picking. And as we've done work on Alara, we've continued to find more and more. Red dirt, just next door to us. Beautiful work by Alex. Just found, did that beautiful pegmatite at Mount Ida. And last year we got a nice signature in the lithium, cesium, tantalum pegmatites down at Peggy Sue. And we've confirmed high-grade tantalum down there. It was just a smash and grab exercise while we were drilling the gold to see if it was real. We know that it's real. We'll be out there in December, Jan, probably February next year before we get back up to Mangaroon, chasing that up. So we have some very exciting things there in the background for when we're not in the Kimberley and we're not in the Mangaroon project. We'll be out in the gold fields chasing this. So I guess the takeaway message, been up here for the last year, existing for 2 years, promising boots on the ground, making discoveries, putting that money in the ground, and we're getting there, and we're having some very big success. And over the next 12 months, you're going to see us putting out resources in a range of commodities that the world is requiring and asking us to find for them. And I've built a team, and we have the support of a fantastic board that knows to go out there, knows what it takes to get out there and make these discoveries. So as long as the world keeps asking us for commodities, my team will be able to deliver. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dane Tuck.